Doing in reference to the information, this satellite man terrorizes me. It's kind of stupid too, the situation. Like you wouldn't think that a satellite could really do that, but it does. And I mean, I know what it does, but a lot of people don't know. It's like them bouncing radar off your face all the time and causing abrasions and causing indentions on your bones. Remember that pizza face stuff? You remember you see people used to have like the potholes in their face? That's from satellite too. So when you see all those people that had that, you know that comes from satellite. They used to call people pizza face. These government people was trying to do that to Italians in America, Oh, hello, France. And hello in reference to my mother and father's property in France. And grandparents' property in France. How you guys doing? And hello in reference to my mother and father, or my father's property in Mexico. I'm not sure what my mother had in Mexico. But, and hello, Ireland and England and France and Italy and Asia and other friendly countries. Satellite man still terrorizing me. No, I have not received any of the monies that anybody has sent from anywhere. I haven't received any monies from the courthouse. Haven't received any monies from anywhere. I don't know what people are trying to do, but the satellite man terrorizing me made me miss working at the place pouring concrete today. And, man, they kept me up all night. I haven't slept yet. They've been terrorizing me. They've been bullying me. They've been hitting me in the face and teeth. And, Oh, how's it coming on the situation of needing a girlfriend? Is there any Mexican girlfriends? Latin girlfriends? I mean, I'm not sure. I've had a Latin girlfriend before. I've had Asian girlfriends. I had a black girlfriend before. I had white girlfriend, European girlfriends. Had an Irish girlfriend, Irish-Italian girlfriend before. This is just... I need a girlfriend here with me to stop the gay government man from intruding on my life. You know that, right? Like, to have, like, this man's always spying on me, terrorizing my life, when I need a girl to hang out with, to watch TV with, and a girl that can deliver monies to me or something. Oh, another thing. Did my Jewish physician file disability lawsuits against the government? I don't know. If California still has me on disability, I've not received any of the paycheck or any of the checks. So the disability office has to sue the government for kidnapping me when I was on disability. And the California Post Office, do they know which people were stealing my postal mail in California? Because some celebrity females and some other people tried to send me letters in the postal mail at my apartment at 7513 Fountain and Gardner. And somebody even said, they even said that Sunbelt Fountain Apartments had even said they would give me an apartment at the building. I don't know. Is that one of my father's buildings? Was it Sunbelt Fountain Apartments? One of my father's apartment complexes. Wait a minute. My uncle just communicated there's better property, bigger property in California. Yes, even he communicates, that's like my uncle. Yeah. So in reference to information, we need some of the apartment complexes to send some people over on an airplane or something to hand me some keys and information because I have no money to travel. I'm supposed to be able to, I'm a royal traveling ambassador too. Plus my father owned commercial airlines and private jets. My mother had private jets. My father had private jets. And limousines, private limousines. None of the limousines have ever shown up. They even said that there was supposed to be a Walt Disney limousine here in Indianapolis. Never seen it. Haven't seen it yet. And they even said that Las Vegas flew over here before to try to rescue me so I could stay at my mother and father's property in Vegas. They never showed up. Nobody's ever showed up. Ever. You understand that? But we need some people from the apartment complexes in LA. A couple people or something to travel over here and put papers on the porch, or in reference to traveling arrangements or an itinerary or something. Now, if anybody's doubting my identity, there need to be court cases. You know that? And everybody knows I've been to Walt Disney World. I've been to my mother and father's property. I lived at my mother and father's mansions. I just don't have no way of going anywhere because they stole my Royal Traveling Ambassador papers. Never received them. I traveled with my mother and father when I was little. But, this is like one of those things where, it's very important. This is gotta help. I had a selfie stick thing. I don't know where it went. Anyways. But the thing of it is every day is abuse. But did my Jewish physician file disability papers for me? Because anytime I try to file something, it gets lost. Most of the time I try to do something, somebody steals it. Even when I filled out applications at jobs during this hostage situation, some government man would go into the place where I applied for a job, and I guess he'd steal my application, and he would steal my signature off my application. And then he tried to forge it on other things. I made a video about this before. And they need to go to some of the jobs where I tried to apply for jobs and ask if some government man or FBI or CIA man had went in and stole my application or signature or whatever, It's very important. But, I need money because they blocked me from working today. They've kept me up all night, even laid down to sleep. They kept pounding on my face. They were bouncing their radar off my face. See, like somebody said, well, they thought it was like Star Trek and laser beams and Star Wars and blah, blah, blah. No, man. It's real. It's not fictitious. The satellite men that are doing these things are psychos. They do this to rob people or to thief from people. Or to downgrade the quality of life of a person. They do these things to try to beat a person in competition. Like these people, like for instance, at some of the jobs where I worked at, like I broke world records. Like when I waited tables in California, I broke world records. Waited on probably, let me see how many people, thousands, like more than 50,000 people, over a period of time, something like that. Maybe 100,000 people, I don't know. Because you have to check with the numbers. But waiting tables. And then these, I deposit money into my checking account. People would steal, they stole money out of my checking accounts too. And Pauly Shore, I don't know, somebody said Pauly Shore supposedly sent me $100. Never received it. How you doing out there? Oh, and maybe we could try this, maybe some other celebrity needs a personal assistant. We could try that, Or, I'm an athlete, so maybe some celebrities want a personal trainer or a nutritionist. Now, you guys know I'm pretty good at cooking and nutritional choices of things. No, didn't receive my hot dog cart. No, I did not receive my food cart. The Indiana government needs to get sued for that. See, I was going to get my CDL and do some local driving and, delivering. But then they sabotaged that. Where's the lawsuit on that? It's all on video, too. There's all on satellite surveillance, too. They were frying my mouth every day there. Why does this government man think it's funny to burn somebody's mouth? Do you know what DNA is or fingerprints, government man? Do you not know they can tell what a person's ethnicity and race, and they can tell what their gender is, too, in reference to DNA? But anyways, I need my Jewish physician to file disability papers for me. maybe you can send them to People Ready, or it's got to be fast, and maybe they can deposit it on my pay card from People Ready or something, or lawsuit monies. Any place that they've ever tried to deposit money on my card, it's never shown up. Even at Bank One, if anybody deposited money in my checking account there, from the Human Rights Office or from any attorneys or any Treasury Department people or anything, then somebody will say, well, why should they do that for you? Some people's holding on to monies from my mother. Plus, there's lawsuits and attorneys. And there's supposed to be attorneys at all the companies that are supposed to be prosecuting these people for what they've done to me. And in reference to the cock blocking, I don't date girls that date other guys. Everybody knows that, right? So in reference to these men that are blocking me from having a girlfriend, those men need to get arrested. You guys understand that, right? Those are the men. Those are some of the men that kidnapped me too. And in reference to females that have tried to get in contact with me, you gotta make YouTube videos. Everything's got to be on the record. Like, obviously, the news network didn't try to come over and try to deliver anything. And no celebrity has sent a letter or delivered a letter to the mailbox, because if somebody did, they took it out of the mailbox. This government man is trying to steal my identity. He thought that he was me or something, even though he's in another place, and he's zapping me from wherever he's at, whoever this man is, or burning me with satellites. You guys understand this? So in reference to my Jewish position, I need him to file disability papers for me. They'll say, why can't you work? I have the physical mobility to do a lot of things, but getting beat up with a satellite, bleeding from the mouth, getting burnt from satellite, getting beat up, hit in the face, having spinal cord injuries from satellite, tailbone injuries, them hurting my legs and arms. It's like, it seems like almost a hazard to work somewhere. That's why I'm supposed to be at my mother and father's companies and corporate offices. Because the satellite man has tried to murder me on every single job. They've been zapping me and burning me. In reference to Texas, when I drove to Texas back in 95 or something, one of the times I was held hostage here. And the highway trooper in Texas pulled me over. And one of them pulled me over, or was it in Arizona? One of them pulled me over and he said, I got pulled over twice. And he was kind of wondering where I was from. He said he'd never seen like somebody from Indiana. I'm like, I'm not from Indiana, basically. But he was just curious. And I was going out to California. I was going to UCLA. Well, first time I drove out there because my mother was supposed to meet me at UCLA, because I didn't know if my mother was still alive or what. But the Beverly Hills Police Department has never delivered nothing to me. And I don't have the property keys to Beverly Hills either, and the Beverly Hills Council, I don't know what they're doing. But anyways, back to the point. Then I got pulled over in Arizona. I wasn't doing nothing wrong, but he just kind of stopped me. I don't know if somebody in Texas knew me or somebody in Arizona knew who I was, but somebody asked them or something. So it wasn't speeding or anything. It was, now we're all diplomatic community anyways, but they were just kind of curious. But then along Texas, he had like a black and white Ford Mustang squad car. One of the guys did, and the other one had like a regular squad car. But where's the lawsuits? Remember those guys on Sunset Boulevard, those dirty cops that pulled me over? Every time the government's tried to handcuff me, those dirty cops on Sunset Boulevard. My father owned the most businesses on Sunset Boulevard too, didn't he? And there was a cop guy and a female cop that pulled me over. They were like, oh, they thought you were honking your horn. No, what? And then the car behind me was honking their horn. And they were just like, I was just like driving, and they were like in plain clothes. And I told him, well, you get you a black and white car, and then he where's that lawsuit? You know, you're not allowed. I'm not allowed to be. I wasn't arrested, but I'm not allowed to get arrested. But the point of it is they stopped me, and it's a lawsuit. But the car, he was like honking your horn. It was like whatever time, like 9 or something, on Sunset Boulevard, 8 or 9 or whatever time it was, and then he took me over to. Then we went over to where Staples is, the police station over there, close to Staples on Sunset, or wherever it's at, whatever street that is. And then they had to let me go. But the thing of it is I never did nothing wrong. Check to see if they were working for somebody at the studios, or if they were working for somebody trying to steal my penis, or check the information. But they said I honked my horn, and I wasn't honking my horn, and then the car behind me was honking their horn, and they were just like staring at me, like whatever. But it should have been recorded too. But in reference to the police brutality and the setups of when I was in California, these people tried to murder me with satellites in California too. When I was at hotels, because the Beverly Hills courthouse was conspiring, I guess, with the guy that was trying to steal my apartment. Because I met some girls and hung out with some girls. Not talking about the celebrity girls, but there were some girls that I'd hang out with, and I don't know what they were trying to do, but they were trying to get me to move out of my apartment. They said, "Why don't you move out of your apartment so I could stay here?" And I was like, "Nah, sorry, date's over." That kind of. That happened a few times, and I was like, "What the hell?" When Walt Disney World and other people knew who I am, so it's kind of like, oh no, forget. There's a video in California of my penis too, in reference to. It was in my Ford Tempo. I haven't even seen a video of them saying that my Ford Tempo is supposed to be on Walt Disney property at my father's mansion, isn't it? And the RX-7's on my mother's property. Is there a squad car on my mother's mansion property? Like, my mother had a squad car too, didn't she? And didn't I have police status at the Beverly Hills Police Department because my father owned the Beverly Hills Police Department? I'm supposed to be on the Beverly Hills Council. Where's my paycheck? I haven't received nothing from nowhere. And I'm supposed to be a member of the Supreme Court since I was a little boy. Haven't received any of those paychecks either. Been a member of the Treasury since I was a little boy, since I was born pretty much. Haven't received any of those paychecks either. This just seems like it's going nowhere. Every single day. It's the same shit. Satellite man staring at me. Satellite man beating me up. It's attempted murder. I mean, what do you expect me to do? They'll say, oh, they were expecting you to act crazy. I don't ever act crazy. But I do have legal right to defend myself if somebody's touching me and I don't want them touching me. But see, you can't do nothing if a satellite man's doing it. They just hit me in the jaw. That's physical assault. Every time they hit me in the face or teeth or body, it's a lawsuit. It could be $1 trillion lawsuit every second, but they've done that. So, in reference to in Low Beverly Hills Tennis Club, and are all these Beverly Hills cops working for the government or something? Are they working for somebody that's... See, I'm supposed to be at my mother and father's mansions, and my mother and father's mansions had property lines, There's even documents that say every house in Beverly Hills is kind of supposed to be open for me. Like if there's like a house that's not being rented or, I'm supposed to be able to get the keys just to snap of the finger, or just, blah, 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 But nobody's showing up. Haven't received any of the keys to any properties that Century 21 tried to send to me. Somebody's tried to communicate that they tried to send me keys to something because this government man's obsessed with this neighborhood or something. I don't know. But either way, it's a long story, you know. So in reference to my physician, you know, somebody say, "Oh, are you okay to work?" Well, I'm physically able to do a lot of things, but the satellite man has tried to murder me on every job. You know what I mean? If you know what those kind of effects of what a satellite does, it'll injure a person on a job. That's why we know they're not using these satellites on the criminals. The satellite controllers are trying to steal my identity, my mother and father's estates. And that's treason. So maybe somebody in the medical industry can contact People Ready in Indianapolis and say, hey, but it's got to be done fast, because otherwise, you know, I'm going to need money right now because I missed work, because of the satellite man trying to make me shit all the time, or they caused diarrhea, and then they were hitting me in the spinal cord. That's what caused diarrhea, and they hit me in the stomach. Then they were burning my face and teeth. And is there People Ready in California? Maybe People Ready in California wants to come over here and move me out there. Has there been any corporate jobs? Or there's a computer company that I guess has tried to help me move to another city and state, but hadn't received any information. But, you know, lots of things to talk about in the future. And this man damaging my face and teeth, and them trying to steal my penis. They're trying to steal the quality of my life. My penis size is my birthrights. They'll say, well, this guy thought it was too big. He didn't like it. I don't give a fuck what you don't like. I'm not gay. I don't use my penis with you or any other guy. My penis is my penis. Just like you might be gay and you use your asshole for all your gay buddies that want to plug you in the ass. I don't know. But I'm not gay. So all your gay party orgies or whatever you do is something you do. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with you doing that with your asshole or your friends. But you're blocking me from my friends. Me and my friends, we don't do that. Unless they're, female friends, just we don't really do that either. It depends on, whether I'm in a relationship with a female or, it's kind of a long story, but simple history. And did the celebrity females that have known me since I was little, did any of them make any videos? And somebody usually communicates something about Drew Barrymore and some other people in Hollywood, but haven't seen any videos on anything. And like I said, everything has to be made into videos. Like, if the postal man's delivering something to the house, the U.S. postal man should make a video saying, well, he's, make a list of what you're trying to deliver to the postal mail, through the postal mail to my mailbox, for records purposes. So other people that sent things to me in the postal mail would know that somebody stole the postal mail. And the LAX airport said hello. Is that what you guys just said? Hello? And it's, let's see what time it is. So it's 1:58 p.m. 1:58 p.m. And 6:22, 6:22. And LAX airport communicated at 1:58 p.m. saying hello. So, in reference to, so you can see it on the video. I'll just write it on here. X 1:58 p.m. Oh, today's date is 6. The LAX communicated at 1:58 p.m. saying hello, 6:22:22. So you have to check that, I guess. But anyways, you know, I haven't received my sports endorsements, you know, in reference to athletics. You know, anytime I played sports, obviously things were supposed to be deposited into accounts. And, you know, it's kind of a long story, I guess. But obviously, in reference to celebrity females that are friends, you know, friendly race that's friendly with me, I don't know. You know, I've had Mexican girlfriends, Asian girlfriends, black girlfriends, white girlfriends, European, well, it depends on what white, you know, European white, Italian, French, or something, you know. Need a girlfriend to hang out with me so the gay men will stop staring at me with satellites. This has always been a problem. Always. You know that, right? This has always been a problem. When I don't have a girlfriend, they stare at me and they harass me all the fucking time. The satellite men do. No bullshit. Doesn't have to be, you know, right now it doesn't have to be a Hollywood A-list celebrity anymore. We've already tried, I've already mentioned that, and none of them ever showed up. So how about maybe a celebrity person's daughter? Somebody's communicated that some celebrity men's daughters that may not be so famous, but they'd end up being famous for dating me if they weren't already famous in reference to dating me in the media, you know, or, you know, where I go out to lunch or dinner or something and they take photographs, you know what I mean? Like some model girl just said hello or something. She hasn't shown up either. She was supposedly here in Indianapolis, but I haven't seen her. And, you know, some girls wear disguises or whatever, but, you know, I don't know. I need somebody that won't wear a disguise that wants to come over. They can go to the news network in Indianapolis and say, and, you know, it could be a write-off for them to do the story. Say, such and such model or such and such actress is here to see Chase or to see Mark. And we're going to see if she's able to get over there to the house or to see him at one of the stores. You know, we're going to see if the satellite man tries to stop her, you know, in reference to, you know, the news network or something, or some friend, you know what I mean? Something. This is just, these people are trying to play their game, and it's a nightmare every day, you know what I mean? It's just bullshit. And how many people have tried to come over? So you need to have a list of all the celebrities that tried to come over. Oh, and in reference to How High School, a list of all the celebrities that dressed up as students when I was held hostage here. Alias is after me right there. So it's 2:02 p.m., 6/22/2022. They just zapped me right there. It hurts like a hell of a lot. I can't even swallow right, you know. You see how the shadow is on that side of the neck? That's where the satellite man is at. You see how they're on my neck? Right here. That's not a tan. That's where the satellite's locked onto my neck. You know that, right? Because, you know, my arm would be even more tan than that, wouldn't it? You see how that's right here? That's the satellite that's locked onto my neck. It's up to here, 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 here.